Join me as I welcome our next speaker. She's a lovely woman. She's a coach. She loves God. And she has helped many envision their future by writing it down on vision boards. Join me as I welcome Coach Marjorine and Coach Fifi.
We are determined, not just finishing strong, but Coach Marjorine here gave me another perspective. Starting stronger. We are finishing strong, but hyping it to the next level. Finishing strong and starting stronger. And there is no better way than the way we are going to do it. So it's amazing that we are here. I'm excited to host the beautiful Marjorine Nantambi. John C. Maxwell is one of my mentors, and he said, when someone is really good, they don't need a very long introduction. But anyway, some people may not know, so I should tell them who you are. She is a mother, a wife. She's an author of the best-selling Bouncing Back. She's a personal growth coach and a personal finance coach. So today we are here to have a chat about how do we start stronger? How do we finish stronger? We started our year in a hype, Coach Marjorine. Just as last year was coming to an end, you made for us a vision board party. And it was amazing. It's around dancing, pinning it up, We did all this fun as the year was coming to an end. And so we are wondering, as we are finishing our year, did we just do this or something? By the way, what is that? What is a vision board? But before we go into that, just say hello to the people that we have in this group.
Thank you so much, Coach Fifi. Hello, everyone. I hope you are fine. Are we still there?
Yeah.
Are people still thinking about getting married ASAP? Thank you so much. That was super powerful. Very glad to be here. Like the MC said, we have a few minutes, but we shall dive right into it. Like Coach Fifi has said, yes, we are finishing strong, but it's also important for us to set pace for the next year. And that is why we are here. And like Coach Fifi has said, we're going to be talking goals, vision boards, and everything like that.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
So I just started right away asking you. We are speaking goals. We started up the year with our resolutions. How many of us had the resolutions as the year started? The financial goals, the whole goals, the entire thing. We were all up there. The reason why that season hitting in makes us fired up.
Yeah.
What is a vision board? I mean, what exactly do we talk about when we talk about a vision board?
Okay, that's right. Like Coach Fifi has said, I want to see by show of hands, how many had goals at the beginning of this year? We had goals. How many of us have actually achieved at least one of the goals we had this year? Wow, clap for yourselves. Clap for yourselves. Because you know why? Yes, and if you didn't clap for yourself, you're cheating yourself. Why? Because yes, we start the year on a high. This year, you've had statements like new year, new me. Have you heard those things? Because we feel like this is a new year, fresh start, new goals, new everything. But what happens after that? What happens? Huh? Exactly. So we all have those goals. I know that everyone in this room has set a goal before in their lives, whether it's graduating from school, getting married, or building, or whatever, getting on your career path, starting a business. But usually we do not achieve these goals. Why? Because we lack the focus. And where does the focus go away? We are human beings. Life gets in the way. After being excited about all the things you want to achieve, then you go back to your room and you're like,
You meet reality.
To myself. Reality hits and you're like, sometimes we set these goals when we are maybe excited, motivated. But guess what? Motivation will not be there all the time. It's not that you're going to be on a high all the time.
Yeah.
Exactly. So when you set these goals, you're excited, you're on a high, then you get back home and you open your wallet, it's empty. You're like, I think I was lying to myself. All these things, how will I do them? Then you get back into the real you. And that is why Coach Fifi has talked about having a vision board. Because what a vision board does for you, even when the mood has passed, even when the motivation has gone away, you have your goals. You look at them, you're like, I said I want to achieve this year. I don't know how many have heard about a vision board before.
Yes,
I see some hands. And how many have a vision board? Wow.
So we have many
Amazing.
that don't have.
Yes, and there are some that don't have. So what is it that is going to make next year different? Because yes, we are finishing strong. And when we say finishing strong, it means that even when you've not achieved the goals that you set for this year, because I know some of us have given up. How many have given up already?
Yeah,
On the
you're
things
like-
we wanted to achieve this year.
Uh-uh.
Guno gugenze ndowooza ngezeeko ogujja. How
But
many
today
have
is
given
2nd
up?
December. We still have about 29 days to go.
Yes, and it actually just takes a minute to change your
For
life
you to
around
change, yeah.
when you make that decision. So why we talk about vision boards is because, yes, we have the goals that we want to achieve. We want a better life. We want to start businesses, to get married and all those things. But because we don't keep them in our sight, we forget. Like they say, out of sight
is out of mind. Yeah.
Yes. You know, you can have a friend that you love dearly, but because they are far away from you, you take days without thinking about them.
Oh, yes.
But when you meet them, you're happy, you're excited. Why? Because now they are in sight.
Yes.
So it's the same thing with your goals. When you don't put them in your sight, more often, you'll forget about them.
And it so happens that there are so many things. I personally, I would speak for myself, that I've one time desired and loved so much, but I don't remember. But when I meet them, I'm like, but one time I wanted to do that very
Exactly.
thing.
Yeah.
So it's true, maybe on my side and also on your side, that simply because you haven't taken an initiative to be intentional and deliberate about putting down what exactly you want for your life, you have forgotten or you haven't gone after it. So it is imperative and important that you generate down, you write it down, go ahead, get those pictures, pin them up, and before you know, you will leave them.
Exactly. And Coach Fifi has reminded me, you know, when we are growing up, we usually have all these things that we want to achieve. When you ask a young person, or you meet maybe a 3-year-old, my son is just there, he's 3 years old. But when you ask him what he wants to be, he's thinking
pilot.
he can do everything.
He wants to be a lawyer.
All those things. He can be Spider-Man, he can jump from this building to the next. You have this urge in you to do all the great things. But as we grow up, our
Something
urge
happens.
keeps going down somehow.
Yeah.
Now, guess what? When they ask you the things that you wanted to achieve growing up, these days you can't even mention it with confidence. Why? Because now you feel you're less of the person you were then, the capability to achieve the things that you wanted to achieve.
Oh, yeah.
So a vision board will get you back on pace on the things that you want to achieve. When you're working on your vision board, you're not just putting the things that you can do. You are daring to dream big, and that is why we are here. When Coach Bahati organized this and she talked about finishing strong but starting even stronger, this is time for us to think, what is it that I want to achieve? Not what am I capable of achieving. Because when you look at your capabilities, then you're limited. You're like, but am I good enough? But
One
do
of
I
the
have that
statements I
mind?
actually love most is don't limit God. If
Exactly.
something is in your ability to do, then that is manageable.
Yeah.
Do dream such that you feel like even if I look at my husband, even if I consider my whole clan, these people can't manage. Dream to a state that it's only God who can help you achieve that. So the vision, dreaming is free.
Exactly. So why don't we dream big?
It's free. So you have all the liberty to dream it. And one of the mantras around is that if you can perceive it, then you can achieve it. If
Yeah.
it's gone through your mind, be sure one day, one time, that reality will meet you. Just keep your sight on it.
Open.
So, Coach Marjorine, as we develop the vision boards, which areas, because when you tell me to scatter my mind into dreaming about everything, which areas are you directing me to think about just right now that I am thinking about now, pinning up a vision board?
Awesome. Even before I get into the areas, do you know that vision boards and having these big goals is actually an instruction from God? Did we know? Did we know that God actually wants this best life for you, and he's actually telling you, not saying Bambio, but he's commanding you to do it. There is, I don't know how many have their phones, Bibles on their phones. I know these days we have smartphones. Anyone with one?
Yeah, we do. I do mine.
There are those that have. You can open Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 2. Now some people are like, Habakkuk, is it in the Bible? We are used to Genesis, Exodus, but there is a book. I also didn't know about it. But in Habakkuk chapter 2, God says, write the vision down. Who says?
God.
Is it Majo who is telling you to dream big? No. God is actually telling you right now, and I don't want you to look at your neighbors. You, look at yourself, touch your heart right now, and say that God is telling me to write my vision down. So he says, write your vision down and make it plain on tables, that whoever will see it will run with it. And how many people will see it? You will see it yourself. That's why we are saying, put your vision in your eyes, in front of your eyes, because whenever you see it, you run with it. So as you're seated here, write your vision down, make it plain on tables. But also, it continues in verse 3 to say, though it may tarry. That means, though that dream may delay. You know why some people give up on these things? They say, not so. You've had dreams before, you've tried, but then it have not come to pass. But the Bible is clear. It says that though it may tarry, though it may delay, wait for it. So if you've been discouraged on your goals, yes, we are finishing strong. Do not give up. Like Coach Fifi said, we have some 20 days to go in this year. So it is still possible. She asked a question, which areas can we focus on? There are 5 areas that we usually focus on as a person. The first one is spiritual. So you can ask yourself in your spiritual life, what is it that you want to achieve? And this time we are not writing goals of, I want to get closer to God. No. What does getting closer to God mean to you? Because it will mean different things for different people. And also we are not writing goals of, I want to be rich next year. No.
What does being rich mean?
Yes, to you. Because someone's wealth is different from yours. So what does wealth mean to you as an individual? So those are the goals that we are going to write. So the first area, your spiritual life, and then your intellectual goals. What do you want to achieve? We are always talking personal growth. And we should be people that are always yearning to be better. So ask yourself, is it a course that you want to do next year? Is there a book you want to read? Is there a conference you want to attend?
Do you want to keep up having fun with us every last Friday of the month, appearing for the coach experience?
Yes. That could be one of your goals. So ask yourself in your intellectual life, what is it that you want to achieve? And then ask yourself in your social. They've been talking about relationships. What is your goal there? Do you want to start dating? Do you want to get married? Do you want to mend your... we had a parenting session here. Do you want to have a better relationship with your children, with your spouse? Do you want to amend relationships with your parents? Because I know there could be people that are no longer talking to their parents. It could be your goal that next year I want to focus on mending my relationship with my parents. Do you want to go on a trip with your spouse, with your girlfriends, with your guys? Yeah? So have those goals, put them down. And then ask yourself in the physical, what do you want to achieve when it comes to your health? Do you want to lose
I'm
weight?
adding a lot of weight recently.
Yeah.
So I should have a goal next year to
Exactly. I have it on my board.
cut down the weight.
Yes, it is here. I have the weight that I want to maintain. It's on my board. Whenever I'm eating the pizzas, I look at it, I'm like,
68.
go slow. I know, right? So that is why it is important. So in your physical, ask yourself, do you want to lose weight? Do you want to gain weight? And when you're looking at all these goals, do them for you. Do not say, I want to lose weight because everyone is telling you, oh my God, you're too big, you need to lose. No, you want to achieve it because it is not coming from you. So make these goals when you're looking at yourself. What do you want for yourself? You want to start healthy eating, but what does that mean to you? And then you look at your financial. Yes. What do you want to achieve?
I love money. I even changed my name. I'm 50
2
pounds. Yes.
I love money too. So ask yourself in your financial goals, what is it that you want to achieve? Do you want to start a business? How much money do you want to be earning per month? And when you're writing that, don't look at the money you're earning right now. Because remember, we are dreaming big. When you limit yourself to, I think I'll earn guess what? Ojafuna kumi.
And you're making me think about finances because that is a really pertinent matter. Yeah. Finances. Like, do you want, because you're a personal finance coach, do you want to give us some more insight on that one? I know you've mentioned that as we are setting goals, we are looking at the physical, we are looking at the spiritual, we are looking at the intellectual and the social. But about this one, give us some more insights. Now, how are we dealing with our finances stronger? Remember, we are just aiming at seeing that we finish strong. And I know that the economy has not been nice to us all through this year, you know. And I'm not promising you, I don't want to prophesy doom, but I don't think that things are getting any better. How do we finish strong in our personal finances? That we should cope and we should live better. Yeah.
Awesome. Still, when it comes to finances, like I said, do not settle for where you are right now. And that is why a vision board will help you. Because on your vision board, you put how much money you want to earn per month. How much money do you want to save per month? And like she said, some of the tips I can share. When it comes to personal finances, there are 3 things. Just 3 things when it comes to money. The first thing, you need to earn the money, because how will you save money you don't have? Eh? I know you have to live by faith, but also faith without actions
is dead.
Exactly.
Yes.
So you need to know, okay, if I'm to earn money, how am I going to earn money? If you have a job right now, you need to start thinking, which other income streams can I have? So use this time to think as you work on your vision board. Is it a business you want to start? Start thinking about it, put it on your board. Because they say that an average person should have a minimum of 10 income streams. How many do you have?
I'm not average. I'm below average.
You're above average. Now
Below.
you should even have more.
Below 10 income streams. Honestly, we should assess honestly,
Yeah.
and we should be like real, genuine to each other. Do you have the 10 income streams? And until you meet the reality and be like, yes, this one is just a saying. It is not true with me. You don't get away from there.
Yeah.
So, are we below average or we
Nope.
are above?
Me, I'm not below and I'm not average. So that means I need
You are
even more
above.
income streams.
Okay.
So ask yourself, I know you don't want to be average and never settle for being average. But usually when we talk about 10 income streams, someone thinks, okay, I have to do this, I have to do the other. No, it doesn't mean that all your income streams should be active. Yeah? You know, we have, when it comes to making money, we have a pyramid there that has the first of all the which is the employment. Then we have the S, which is self-employment. Then there we have the B, which is now you being a business owner. Self-employment and being a business owner are 2 different things. Some of you have like a business somewhere, it's open and you're like, hey, I'm a business owner. Sweetheart, you're self-employed. Those 2 are different. If your business cannot run without you, you're self-employed. Nti bw'oba otudde wano eri waggaddewo oli self-employed. So you ask yourself, how do I shift from being self-employed to a business owner? And that is where we need to focus, because you're human, you can't be in all places. So when you talk about these 10 income streams, it doesn't mean go work here, go do this, go do the other. No. Ask yourself, how are you going to be a business owner? Where can you invest your money so that money can work for you even when you're not there? So that is the pyramid. The E, employment; S, self-employed; business owner; and lastly the I, being an investor. Yeah, and these things are available. When we talk investor, it is us. Do you know that you can be an investor with only 10,000 shillings? With 5,000? Recently we had MTN selling shares.
Yeah.
Yes. At a minimum of 10,000, 5,000, 20,000. So start thinking out of the box how you are going to do that. So that is with the earning money.
Our time is really running
Exactly.
so
That is what
fast.
I'm
Do you
trying
people
to-
realize? And Coach Marjorine, like all the way you're telling us about all those things. We really need to get deeper into them. But I'm still interested. When you talk about a vision board, and I have all these goals set up in the 5 areas of life, how do I get to settle now and start the working? I mean, we want to call it prioritizing.
Yeah.
How do I start to organize myself? Because I think one of the reasons as to why we haven't really been successful at what we set to do is that we got overwhelmed. You know that bit where you look at everything and you're like, you are just bazaar, you know? So, talking about prioritizing, how do I prioritize? Now you're talking about the finances, the health, the family, the intellectual.
Talking a big one. So what will happen is, after looking at these different areas, you'll have the pictures, the images for the different areas, and you'll put them up. But after putting your board up, then ask yourself, which one should I handle first? It is important. Like she said, we are human. When you look at everything, your mind will just shut out. It will just shut, like, you know what, I give up. So after you've done everything and you put it on your board, you ask yourself, okay, which one should I handle first? When you look at my vision board, I also have the things I'm telling you. I have career, family, financial, spiritual. But one of the things that I prioritized this year was family. I don't know if you can see this picture.
Over here.
Yeah, I wanted to have a second baby. It was on the priority list. Yeah, and because it was one of the things that I focused on, it is one of the things that I was able to tick off. This is what we did last year, and I've definitely ticked off some of the things on this board. So after working on your board and setting the different areas, ask yourself, because like I said, it is your board. You know what you want to achieve in what area. So when it comes to priorities, ask yourself, okay, when we are starting the year, what should I concentrate on in the first quarter of the year?
I love that. Apportion the time. The time is not all available.
Yeah.
You have 356 days a year. You know, when you take it wholesome, you feel like, there is still time.
Yeah.
I still have tomorrow. But if you're able to apportion the time and know a week is 7 days, a month is 30 days,
Yeah.
come on. We have 3 months, then we have the 4. We go to the half where it is 6. The goals should be in a timing.
Yes. Exactly. So you ask yourself, okay, in the first quarter of the year, what am I concentrating on? Do that. In the next quarter, what am I concentrating on? And you can do that for the different goals. You can choose like 2 that are top priority. Because yes, you have everything, but you have 2 that you want to achieve before the others.
And that is a key word, top priorities.
Yes.
Amongst the many things that you're looking at, what takes the top?
Yeah.
What is the top? That, okay, if it is a day, you know, I have a mantra, plan,
Yeah.
plan your day. If it is a day, what is that big stone that if it is hit down, you can go to sleep? So even as you're setting your goals, as you're prioritizing, what is that top priority? And you're like, come what may, 2022, with the 29 days left.
Yeah.
This has to get done. The moment you give it such a kind of focus and you prioritize it, guess what? It will get done, because you're going to command your mind and it will just go elastic and respond to what you're talking about.
Yeah. And
You know how passionate I am about priorities.
Yes, oh, you love priorities. And do you have a book? Do you have the priorities
Oh
journal?
yeah, that's why I designed my priorities journal, because I know that I can't do everything. But as I wake up in the morning, being a morning person, I just want to set out my day. What exactly do I want to see out of this day? It is not about waking up on the left or the right. Some people ask me, aren't you an emotional being? I am. I wake up when I don't want to do things, but because I honor priorities,
Yeah.
I say a day has to come to an end when I have achieved this. So I get my pen and mind onto it, note it down, and monitor myself achieving it. So even as we are vision boarding, we need to consider prioritizing.
Exactly. And as you write your goals and everything, don't put everything at the end of the year. That's why I said it is important
Apportion the times.
to have some for the first quarter, second quarter. Because if you say, these are the things I want to achieve by December 2023, then guess what? You'll just wake up November. Oh my God, December is here. And then you start panicking. Yeah? So that's why it's important, like Coach Fifi has said, you apportion, have the priorities, what you'll achieve in the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and then it will be easier for you to actually see your goals being ticked off, and that is also motivation.
And we
for
are
you
still
to keep
talking
going.
finishing strong. So Coach Marjorine, I'm stuck. You know, I still have the things I set up as the year was beginning to get accomplished, and indeed they were top priorities, but I have not seen these come to one end. Like today is second. What are you telling me, Coach? Because I really want to see myself finish strong.
It is never too late. While you are sitting here, make the decision. It starts with us. Make the decision. It is us who make the decisions, and it's us who give up on ourselves. So make the decision not to give up on yourself, not to give up on the goals or the dreams that you want to achieve. Because guess what? You deserve them. When you wake up every morning, tell yourself, I deserve the good life. Because you do. And that alone will keep pushing you to achieve the things you said you want to achieve. And that is why we have a vision board. Because if you're saying, yes, I want to achieve these things, but they're not anywhere, then you'll not focus on them. So it will keep you focused on the things. The year may be coming to an end, but you can still go back and do it. And a vision board doesn't have to be fancy. Now you could be asking, where am I going to get the board? No, just download it. Use the first things I put on my board in my room, on my wardrobe. I used Colgate. You know Colgate. Colgate, but I look at it and achieve it.
Planning or setting goals is free. All right? It's free. And 70% of anything you are going to be able to achieve in life will be taken up as you go ahead and plan. So don't limit yourself. Finishing strong, if it is too big that it cannot be achieved in the 29 days to come, finish strong this way. Sit down again and re-strategize. Replan. How do you want to get this done? As you're doing this, prayerfully consider giving it to the Lord, because He has all the battles. He has how to get over this. So you can finish stronger. by getting your time dedicated to re-strategizing, resetting, and saying, now, come next year, come what may, I have to get it. It has been nice having you people, and I bet you're already energized to finish stronger and get even better as the new year comes in. Is it okay if I said Happy New Year? Okay, Merry Christmas. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.